It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
It's easy to get fooled online with all these fake accounts, and now a Facebook page is pretending to be the official page for the village of Edwardsburg, which is kind of southwest of Kalamazoo. They're pretending to be that village, and they told people that live there that there was an error in the wastewater bill in late February, and you know what? Just disregard it, so don't pay it.
So a bunch of people didn't pay their bill, probably.
I guess. Next, they posted a hashtag show us your whole pothole patching promotion, which I love the name, by the way.
I would actually wish that they would really do this, though.
And they did that along with mashups of different celebrities. There's Kate Upton, Donald Trump. There are so many just posing atop of these potholes. See, that's the funny part. But then there's other things, too, where they posted about, like, adult toys that were available for pickup. Obviously, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
And they want residents to know this. Listen, they said the village of Edwardsburg did not post the content. These posts and others were not from the real village page, but from an imposter account created recently. Personally, I think it's funny to do the show us your whole thing. Like, that's funny. But when you're starting to do things where, what's next? People are going to think you're the real thing and they'll send you money or pay with credit card.
You're telling people not to pay their bills or they can get their water shut off. Like, that's not cool to do that. But the rest of it kind of funny. So maybe if they had dialed it back a notch, they would have gotten away with it. A young hockey player from Holland is now equipped to hit the ice thanks to the Grand Rapids Griffins. His name is Toby Pickart. He's 9 years old, and he was born with no outer ear or no ear canal. So he wears like a special implant on his ears so that he can hear things, like a special hearing aid.
Yeah.
He originally had to take him off while playing hockey because of his helmet wouldn't sit on top of it. And his dad saw how frustrated he was about this because obviously if you can't hear where you're going, it makes hockey a little bit difficult. So his dad starts calling around. Long story short, he gets in touch with the Griffins, and the Griffins said, "Oh, we got you, buddy." And they actually made him a custom helmet that goes around his ear implant so that he could still play hockey and wear his device completely safely, which I just think is so sweet and so cool.
That's awesome. Shout out to the Griffins for stepping up and doing that.
Absolutely. And good luck, Toby. We hope this really puts the edge on your game.
And your final need to know news story, a guy is getting roasted on TikTok for attempting to get a refund from Little Caesars. Now, I tried to track this down. I don't know if this happened in Michigan or not, but if I was this guy, I would not tell anybody where I'm from. He accused them of giving him food poisoning.
Staphylococcus meningitis. He got staphylococcus from all of this garlic butter.
That's not what I said.
You can keep your napkin, though. I'll give you your money back. You don't have to record me. I know what I said.
You need to work on your customer service.
I don't let liars come to my store.
I am not a liar.
Am I supposed to ass kiss just because you bought a $7.99?
No!
Okay, I'm refunding you. Drop it. Thank you.
No, you called me a moron.
I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure at some point in my fast food career, I was that manager. So, like, I get it.
I wonder what we missed before he started recording, but either way, man, I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, he said something really dumb before he picked up that camera phone because she is clearly at a 10 and probably deserves to be. She's like, you can't even get what you just told me from food poisoning, which is true. So I feel like this guy probably didn't understand why he was sick. It was just blaming things, and she's tired of getting blamed for things. So you know what? Do what you got to do.
That's your Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. I'm going to be honest, and I'm hoping that me doing that means that you will be as well. Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. After I open up and bare my soul, I would love for you to share if you agree or if you think I'm disgusting. 616-600-0957.
Please don't open up and bare anything. It's too early in the morning, Joe.
Laura, you talked about this the other day in the Need to Know News, but I want to talk about it too because I was not here. It's about this thing with the CDC. They're saying that food workers wash their hands only about 33% of the time. So maybe 1 in 3 people actually wash their hands. Think about that. You going through the drive-thru right now? You getting some food later on? Do you remember what you had for dinner last night?
There's a 1 in 3 chance that it may have been made properly, and there's a 2/3 chance it was not.
I had a pee-pee or poo-poo sandwich.
Gross.
Yeah, so these germs can spread. They can make you sick. You know all about that. There's a new product, though, which I think they should have everywhere, not just at restaurants, but heck, here at work. It's called the hand scanner. It is described as a hand washing lie detector because you wash your hands and you put it underneath of there, and it has this type of light. I don't know the technology, way too advanced for me, but it can show you, oh, there's stuff on your your hands. That's bacteria. That's doo-doo. That's whatever.
Yeah, it's sort of like, when you go to like a hotel room with a UV light, it does that with your hands, basically. Like it's a non-UV light, but it can, and the cool thing about this technology, not only does it tell you if your hands are gross, if you don't go correct the problem, it will tattle on you. It will
little
tell
snitch.
it'll tell your bosses, hey, he's got poopy hands. You better make sure he goes and washes them. So, I think that part of it's cool. I saw that they put it into hospitals first, and now they're starting to put it into restaurants, which with hospitals, I'm like, oh my God, the fact we need that really upsets me, but I'm glad it does exist for the case of anyone who might actually need that extra, sterile environment.
Now, I am wondering, and this is where I say I'm being honest, and I hope you would be too, and hopefully no judgment. Every time you go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
do you wash your hands? That could be number one. That could be number two. And this is for men and women. I'm curious, Laura. Let me get into your personal bathroom behavior.
My personal bathroom behavior, yeah. I mean, like 99.9% of the time I'm washing my hands. Maybe I'll be very transparently honest. Maybe if I'm home and I'm like in one of those the baby screaming modes and like I haven't touched anything, like I pee and just pull the pants up and run.
Yeah.
Like it's not my ideal, most graceful moment. That's probably the only time I haven't washed my hands. But again, it's like I have to have not touched anything because I don't want to get any germs to my baby. So obviously if anything has been remotely touched in the no pants area, then I'm immediately washing my hands as quickly as possible to make sure I don't spread any germs. Because I got a little guy. I don't want him to get sick.
So pre-baby Laura would always wash her hands, never not do it.
Yeah, post-COVID.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, COVID definitely changed my habits. I don't think I was terrible before because I worked in food service and stuff. So anytime food was involved, without a doubt, hands are being washed. But yeah, there's a few times I went number one and maybe didn't wash my hands pre-COVID. And now I'm horrified at that.
I would say 7 out of 10 times I wash my hands.
7 out of 10? That's not good odds.
I'm thinking, it's better than 1 out of 3.
No, it barely isn't because it's still 30%
hold
of the
on.
time you're not.
Let me explain to you this. Anytime I go number tutu,
Yeah.
I'm washing those hands.
I
I'm
hope
scrubbing
so.
those bad boys. You need to, of course you do. Even if it was a nice, clean, magical thing. But other times,
A no wiper.
yeah, it's like, what? Ta-da! Other times, when you're going number one as a guy, you don't always need to wash your hands.
No, if you touched anything downstairs, you need to wash your hands.
See, I disagree. Now, when I'm at work, I do that. Just so you and everybody else know, I do it here. But when I'm at home, like on the weekend, I'm just chilling in my shorts, doing my thing, not always, no.
Oh.
Now, yeah, if I got...
I'm not touching any doorknobs if I ever come to your house.
First of all, that is sterile. Like, that is... it's gross to you, but it's not like it's dirty.
Yeah, but
that's not that big of a deal.
It's not the pee I'm worried about. It's the fact that everything in your shorts is getting sweaty and gross, and you've touched that, and now you're touching all your door handles, and now they're all.
Are you
all
kidding me?
Sausagey, for lack of better word.
Sausagey? Is that what you think it's like there? You think I got sausage pants? That's what you envision.
No, I just think it's so gross, the idea that you could touch yourself and then go around your house touching all your doorknobs and your remotes. And
I'm
your
not
flames
doing that.
And your fridge door and all these things. And they have sausage junk all over them.
616-600-0957. Curious to know if you're going to be honest, because I doubt anybody will be. Do you ever sometimes pass on washing the hands? Like, is there certain rules like that I have at home? It's okay. Your home's your domain.
Or are you like me and no matter what, you're washing those hands? Send us a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
I believe we've argued about this on the show before, but now Airbnb has made their decision. They say that they're banning the use of indoor security cameras.
Woohoo! Team Weirdo Spies loses finally.
It's because people like you, I got to put those cameras in there. No, outdoor cameras are going to be continued to be allowed, but hosts will have to disclose them in the listing so you'll know that they're outside. Now, previously, they had a similar rule for indoor cameras where they couldn't be in private areas like your bedroom or maybe a bathroom, but they could be in the common area like the living room. And that was as long as guests were notified. Hosts have until April 30th to remove the cameras or they could be kicked off of Airbnb.
I'm totally fine with that. I quit using Airbnb a long time ago because of things like this. I'm probably still not coming back, but it's nice to know that you're not being spied on while you're staying somewhere.
Yeah, but when people trash a place, it screws over the owner. I totally think you can have cameras in your place.
Yeah, but they're going the camera.
You think somebody's sitting there just zooming in on you on the couch?
They do. I've read horror stories, and then they're like, "You had one extra person here. I'm charging you $5,000." Like, it's insane. I'm so happy they're getting rid of this rule. Okay, this is so cool. Carter Tuthill proved that he is the best at his craft over the weekend. He goes to the Millwood Magnet School, and he's an 8th grader, and he was crowned Kalamazoo County's best young speller. He won the 2024 Kalamazoo County Regional Spelling Bee, and now he's going to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Maryland.
That's awesome.
His winning word, which I think is very fitting, is linguistics. Could you spell that one?
Linguistics.
Yeah.
Linguistics. Linguistics.
You're so close. That's okay. You're not going to be at Scripps National Spelling Bee champion, but maybe Carter will. So good luck, buddy. We're rooting you on.
And your final need to know news story: Grand Rapids, obviously named Beer City again. Way to go, pat self on the back. Well, maybe we need to do one of these for ourselves. A brewery and wastewater treatment plant in North Carolina have teamed up to create a beer made with recycled wastewater. This is a representative of Town Brewing and Charlotte Wastewater Treatment Plant talking about the beer they're going to be releasing called Renew Brew.
It represents innovation, creativity, investment in infrastructure. It represents the hard work of staff.
Okay, would you drink this, though?
No, just what that lady was saying, it's like, to me, like, it also represents like poo-poo and pee-pee. Like, I understand it's probably clean. I just can't get it out of my brain. I see what I flush, and I don't want that showing up in my beer.
I hate to tell you, every bit of water you've drank has probably been in someone's toilet at some point. So you might as well just have it anyway because you're going to regardless.
Well, that's reassuring. Thanks. That's your Need to Know news on Mix 95.7.
I would say some of you need Jesus, but I think some of you just need drive-through etiquette. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. And I have one simple question today, and it might seem like it has a simple answer, but I have a feeling there's a whole debate behind it. We would love to hear from you at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. How many things are too many things to order when you're going through the drive-thru? Recently, my husband went to go get us breakfast, and he got in line at a unnamed coffee place here in town. Not the place that ruined our order recently, if you heard that, but a completely different coffee place. And he has 6 cars behind him, 2 cars in front of him. The car in front of him gets to the speaker box, and he can see the lady physically pull out a Post-it note with tons of orders on it, and she orders 6 to 7 people's worth of coffees through the drive-thru, which extended my husband's time in the drive-thru by like 5 to 10 minutes longer than it normally takes him. And he goes to this coffee place pretty frequently, so he knows about how long it takes to get through the line. I want to know, is it okay to order for your entire office through the drive-thru window, or are you a bad person for doing that?
Well, I think it depends on your entire office. Because, like, if you and I did that, you got us. We have our friends Free Beer and Hot Wings are right next door. We got Andy Rent next door.
That's
like
too many people already.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Like, if we're all getting coffee, like 6 or 8 coffees is too many?
Too many to go through the drive-thru. I'm not saying you can't order that many things, but there should be a limit. And I have a specific number. I used to manage a drive-thru, so I feel like I'm kind of an expert on this topic because anyone that came with more than this immediately sent me off the deep end. You're allowed to order up to 4, maybe 5 if children are involved, people at a time in a car. If you have more than that, I recommend you try curbside. I recommend you try getting out of your car and going inside. But for the love of God, don't order for 10 people through the drive-thru or you're ruining everyone else's day.
But why does it matter if you're in the drive-thru with like a family of 5 or if you walk inside with a family of 5?
Okay, great question, Joe. I'm glad you asked.
I don't feel like you're glad, by the way. No. I feel a little bit of sarcasm and anger.
I mean, a little sarcasm. But no, I mean, there are people that don't understand this. Here's the deal. If you're in a drive-thru, especially if it's a drive-thru like the one my husband was in where you're trapped, once you're in there, you're not getting out. You can't curb it. You can't go anywhere.
Those are scary.
Those are scary. And the drive-thru I worked in was one of those. So if you order 5 people's worth of food, it might take a long time for you to get your order right because you've got all these sandwiches, all these drinks. They want to make sure they got everything right for you. You're holding up everyone behind you, which is the whole purpose of a drive-thru is to be grab and go. So if you're getting a huge order, you're making everyone behind you wait all of that time for your huge order, and there's no reason for that. Just go inside. Or again, now we have apps and curbside. just order ahead. And then that way, A, your order's ready to go. So you get the quick experience too. And B, you also aren't ruining everyone's day behind you, especially when it's like morning drive or dinner or lunch and you know people are in a hurry. You're a terrorist. You're a menace. You're ruining everything.
You just sound like an unhappy manager.
Okay, well then what's your cutoff? How many people or how many orders can you order through the drive-thru
I don't think
before
there
you're a
should be,
menace?
because I'll be honest.
So you don't mind to wait 30 minutes for someone in front of you?
Nobody likes to wait that, but I'll be honest. Whether, it was a night of partying or whatever, I've found myself in a Taco Bell line before, and they probably thought there must be a car full of people ordering the food. No, that was just me being really hungry. So it doesn't matter. If you've got to make 20 items, you're making 20 items, whether it's for 5, for 4 people or whatever. I'm not going to get into math. My head's going to explode.
Yeah, sure.
But my point being is this, that no, it does not matter. And I don't understand why it does.
It does matter for the people in line. It doesn't matter for the people working in the store. It matters for the people in line. Listen, somebody's got to back me up here, right? How many things
your husband James
should you be allowed to order in the drive-thru before you're a menace or a terrorist? 616-600-0957. Again, that's 616-600-0957, or shoot us a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app.
We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. And Laura, I
knew this was going to get people fired up, and I'm so excited about it. This morning, we're talking about basically how many items are you allowed to order in the drive-thru at a fast food restaurant. Recently, my husband went through one of the coffee places here in town. Not going to name them because it's not their fault. Some woman in front of him had 6 separate orders, all of them on a Post-it note. It caused his delay to be like 20 minutes longer than it normally would, all because this person did not get out of their car and just go inside like a considerate human being.
You don't have to go in. It doesn't matter if you order inside or through the drive-thru.
It does, because you're slowing down the line. Anyway, we want to hear from you. What do you think? How many items? 616-600-0957. And we actually have an expert on the line. Hey, where are you calling us from this morning?
Right now on my way to my fast food job.
Okay, so anonymous fast food employee. What is the limit on how many things you can order in the drive-thru, or do you have one? Do you care?
I absolutely care, and it's very important. No more. And the biggest part is how many transactions you do in the drive-thru.
Oh, that too. I didn't even think of that one, but yes, you're right.
The limit is 2.
Two transactions, not 2 items, right?
2 transactions, and do not change a thing when you get to the window.
Yeah, no, that's also a terrorist move. Listen, if you messed it up at the box, you got to deal with it. You got to go inside, whatever. But if you can't figure out how to order at the box, that's a you problem, not the people on the other end of the box's problem.
Hey, Anonymous, can you tell me where you're working at today? Because I just want to come on by and order like 50 things.
Don't you tell him.
I'm not going to tell you where. I'll tell you it's in Wyoming, though.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I probably do come to your restaurant very frequently, so I promise I will not make your day harder, Anonymous.
Wyoming, watch out. I'm coming for you. Thank you for calling. Danny in Grand Rapids, what'd you want to say?
That I completely agree with Laura, but maybe instead of a person limit, it should be an item limit.
Ooh, okay.
I've been late for work before, like just sitting there for 20 minutes trying to get my one coffee while people are ahead of me.
What did the person ahead of you order? Like, it was so long.
I've seen like 2 cup holders of drinks. That's at least 8 plus a bag, and that's just a little bit ridiculous.
It's so rude. It's so inconsiderate. Like I said, you can order that much stuff, but we have curbside. You could go inside. Like, there's so many ways that it's A, faster and easier for you, and B, you're not ruining everyone else in Grand Rapids morning.
How about this?
Come on.
Exactly.
Danny,
Thank you,
Laura,
Danny.
Anybody else? Okay, fine. Like, I'm if that's how it is, how it is.
Curbside.
No. Put a sign out at the drive-thru saying, hey, you can't order more than one thing at a time.
That's how you get Karens to show up and try to push the limit, though, and that's not worth it
well, I'm
either.
going to get my Ken on. I'll be there.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. Laura leaves the room, and we all enjoy the silence for a little bit, and you'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Representing Jenison, let's say hi to Dave.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you this morning?
I can't complain. I haven't gotten to play you, but I know you're the only person that beat Wendy while I was gone, so I'm kind of a little antsy to take you on, Dave.
You know, that's a tough torch to carry, but yeah, let's do this.
You know, Laura didn't want to complain, but I will. She lost yesterday to Daphne and Zealand, and the jackpot was up to $50. Now we're starting out at a decent 25, but how could she lose?
Listen, sometimes it happens, and Dave's really smart if he beat Wendy, because I think Wendy's smarter than I am, so we'll see how this goes.
All right, Dave, let's tell Laura to get on out of the studio so we can play.
Laura, I'm going to need you to leave the studio.
Oh, since you're so polite, Dave, I'm walking out.
Question 1. Who sang the hit song Love Shack?
Pass.
Question 2. The Unicorn is the national anthem for what country?
Scotland.
Question 3. Who was the first Disney princess?
Snow White.
Question 4. How many legs does a lobster have?
8.
Question 5. Which American financier was convicted of running the largest Ponzi scheme in American history?
Bernie Madoff.
Question 1 again. Who sang the hit song Love Shack?
The B-52s.
Okay, I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La 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 Laura!
You afraid to take on Dave today?
I'm very nervous about taking on Dave because I have a feeling he's going to win this jackpot immediately.
Well, don't be so scared. Dave left a hole for you to win. He only got 4 right out of 5. So if you get 4, you tie. 5, you can beat him.
Oh, no pressure.
Question 1. Who sang the hit song Love Shack?
That would be the B-52s.
Yep, we have a 1-1 game. That's correct. Question 2. The unicorn is the national animal of what country?
My homeland of Scotland.
Oh, boy, that is so on brand now, knowing that Laura and unicorns go together.
I'm very Scottish. Yes, I was not going to miss that one.
And it explains your calm, polite demeanor at times.
And maybe why I'm not allowed to have much alcohol most of the time.
Question 3. That's correct. So we're going on to question 3. Who was the first Disney princess?
The first? Ooh. I think Snow White was the first one to come out. So let's say Snow White.
That is correct. 3-3. Going into question number 4. How many legs does a lobster have?
Legs. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 6. I want to say because their pinchers don't count as legs. So it would be 6.
Oh, wow. You said 6. Dave said 8. You're both wrong. They have 10.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of little legs.
Yeah. Rock lobster.
Rock lobster.
Okay. Now, you both missed that one. So we still have a tie game, 3-3. Going into question 5. Will Laura tie it up, or will Dave be a winner today?
Dun, dun, dun.
What American financier was convicted of running the largest Ponzi scheme in American history?
Largest Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
I really don't like this guy. I don't know if he's the right answer. Is it Martin Scarelli?
I don't even know. Oh, that little turd? No. It's
Oh, I know. He did stuff with pharmaceuticals. That's
no,
right.
But at least you answered your own question. Good news for Dave and Jennison. He knew the correct answer, which was...
Bernie Madoff.
Oh, I forgot he existed. I thought he was a student loan person, right?
Well,
Or
he
did
involved
sort
loans,
of?
but no,
Okay,
it was
well.
just people's money. Yeah, well, Dave and Jennison,
Dave!
apparently Laura's going to keep on losing.
He has the bragging rights of both me and Wendy, the only person in West Michigan that's beat us both. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're going to be walking away with a $25 jackpot of Michigan lottery tickets. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Want to get on and play Big Joe's Jukebox? Maybe you'll win Fall Out Boy tickets or something else that's cool that we're giving away. Call us 616-600-0957.
Listen, you can blame everyone around you, but it's not their fault. We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix, and you're blaming my husband for something this morning.
Yeah, let's just get right to it. Your husband messed something up again, or at least didn't do his job of checking it, and now this is twice I've gotten gypped. And I love your husband. He's a good guy. He's a great father, a great husband from what you tell me.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how he did this again.
Listen, I don't think it's his fault. Maybe you can back me up if you agree. 616-600-0957. What happened? We'll go back to the original case. Recently, my husband went to Dunkin' Donuts to get us breakfast. They ruined everything. The Dunkin' Donuts, they got the order completely
They just messed it
wrong.
up.
My coffee had stuff in it. It was gross. Everything was bad. So we tried again. We waited a week. We sent him out to a different restaurant. I'm not going to badmouth this restaurant because I go there frequently and I'm going to continue to, so I'm not going to say who it was. But we went to send him for a breakfast meal, a sandwich, some other stuff. He got the order, but this is the first time this restaurant has ever messed up our order ever. We go there at least once a week, so I'm shocked this happened. But long story short, they left your breakfast sandwich off the order. So yet again, for a second time in a row, when my husband went to go get us breakfast, he messed up your order. And you think that you should never have to pay for food again because of this, correct?
Okay, that's going extreme, but yeah, your husband definitely owes me a full breakfast meal to go like that I was supposed to get and I didn't because I paid for the first time around. This time, he owes me one. But I know it's the people at the fast food place that are trying their best. They're short staffed. I totally feel for that. I'd lose my mind and rage quit. But if you're there doing the job, you got to check the stuff. And obviously they didn't. And then your husband, I've asked him. I ask and I ask and I ask. Please double check.
And he did, but he didn't get it in time.
Wait.
He told me before he got here that it wasn't right. It was like halfway here, probably because he was digging through the bag for his breakfast.
But when did he check?
I don't know. I wasn't there. He's got a baby. He's going through a drive-thru. He's being nice to even bring us breakfast because he went all the way from Cascade to downtown Grand Rapids to bring us breakfast. That's how far he traveled.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of him.
And for full transparency, did he charge you for that breakfast when one of your items was left off?
I don't remember.
No, the answer is no. You didn't pay for any of it, even though you did technically get a full meal. You just had a bonus sandwich on top of your meal that you did not get.
I wanted
Correct?
that sandwich, though. The thing I really wanted was that sandwich.
Well, then why did you just order the sandwich?
Because I was hella hungry. Good thing I didn't get 2 of those sandwiches because I would have been high and dry on both. And here's my thing. We're going all over the map. But going back to that, it doesn't matter if he has the baby doll. And he's like, well, he checked it. What? He checks it in front of our building? That does me no good.
No, it was not in front of the building. It was not in front of the building.
I need you. I don't care while you're driving on 131. Wow, what a help. I need you to check it while you're there on the parking lot of said fast food establishment.
Absolutely. Listen, I get it, but he did check the receipt to make sure everything was charged right. It did look like everything was in there because there were multiple sandwiches. There was a burrito. There was tater tots. There's some other stuff in there. I hope that doesn't give away the restaurant too much. But like I'm telling you, we literally eat at this place every single week, and they've never once messed up my order.
Well, they've done it twice
weird
and 2
modifications, nothing. So listen, should Big Joe get every breakfast free until James brings him a correct breakfast, which is what you would like?
Oh, that's even better than what I was thinking of.
I
Yes.
thought that's what you were asking
I think he just owes me 1, but you know what? Knowing him, he won't check it again. This will keep on happening. I'll never pay for breakfast again.
No, that is not how this is going to work. I will never financially recover from this. 616-600-0957. Again, that's 616-600-0957. Or shoot us a DM right now inside the Mix 95.7 app.
Mix 95.7. We're the Big Joe and Laura show. And I'm hungry. No, I'm hungry.
No, I know. Listen, you're hangry. It's not hungry for you. My husband tried to get us breakfast. Long story short, he went through the drive-thru. Everything on the receipt was listed. But when he got here, he realized one of Joe's sandwiches was missing. And Joe, for the second time, did not get his full breakfast when James, my husband, was bringing it to him. So Joe's very grumpy about it. He thinks that he's entitled to free breakfast, at least until James gets an order right. What do you think? Is he right? 616-600-0957 or DMS in the Mix 95.7 app. We have Stacy from Grand Rapids. Stacy, is it my husband's fault that breakfast was messed up, or is Joe just complaining?
He's just complaining. It's 100% the restaurant's fault. If they're that stupid not to get the order right, we're in a hurry. We're on a time schedule. We don't have time to stop and look in our bag and make sure that the restaurant got it right. It should be right in the very beginning.
Thank you,
Joe,
Stacy.
I'm sorry, but you should not be mad at James for getting your breakfast for you or your lunch.
Even though I specifically said, hey, please make sure they have everything. Like I asked him.
You are such a non-parent to say that because he has a screaming baby in the car. He is going
Laura,
out of his way.
You've been a parent for 3 months and now
4 months, and it is very different. Trust me. That 4 months is life-changing as to how I view the world because I think prior to having a baby, I would 100% be on your side. But now that I know what James has to go through just to get the baby in the car, to go through 2 different drive-thrus to make sure we get drinks and food, and then to bring it all here, you're asking a lot for him to double check everything, especially if he looked at the receipt and everything was listed.
Stacy and Laura, I'd be worried that James would forget the baby. I was like, oh, well, I thought it was there. I didn't check.
No one forgets baby Justin. He's too cute. How dare you?
Joe, how dare you? No, you have a baby, Joe, that you don't have a baby that you have to deal with and then try to get food on top of that. You got to those drive-through people have to do it right because they don't have a baby to worry about.
Stacy,
a voice of reason around here.
I could have twins with me and I'd still be able to get the order right. but thank you.
Thanks, Stacy.
Bye.